Okay, so it's September 1st, and I've got Doug on the phone, and we're going to walk through how they do a job, and we'll show you what's not happening. So go ahead, Doug.
Okay, what we would do, we have layouts pre-set up, so I'm going to open a layout of a job that we would work on. Okay, and this is the plate layout. Then we would take a job that we've already ripped and place into this, and of course we would step it. It's a pretty simple job. As you can see right now, I've got cut marks already set on this through the program here. Actually, we usually don't do that. We let GapFinder do that for us. And so this would be the job. Then what we would do is print it. And what's happening, I'm printing to the output setup, the output folder. We're getting our files okay. I'm sending it to using GapFinder settings that I have already pre-set up in GapFinder and an output queue. And the GapFinder, does the split gap and puts the cut marks or the bugs or whatever you want on it.
Right.
I go ahead and send it, and it sends okay. It finishes, I get it back to the Galileo. When we run the job, there's no cut marks on it or anything. It kind of doesn't use any of the GapFinder settings that I've already set up in GapFinder.
Okay, so right now you're forced to put the cut marks in an area that is just counterintuitive workflow-wise, because you used to be able to do it in more of a template-based workflow, right?
Right now, we can actually do it this way for a few of the presses that we're going to start with.
Yeah.
But when it comes time for our repair orders and stuff like that, they use a lot of different cut marks and bugs and rollouts and all kinds of stuff that we actually have to have GapFinder for.
Okay, so let's go to GapFinder and see, what we get. Now, do you have visual proof here? Do you have a way to look at the results?
Not until we actually take it and view it on the print station at the Galileo.
Okay, so you're not looking at it here. You're going over to the print station, the print drive, and you're opening it up there and looking at it there.
Yeah, before we could actually send it back to the express workflow into the setting for the output device, and we could preview it there, but
yeah,
their TIFF output, we can't preview them anymore.
Yeah.
But if I go in here and look at my GapFinder setups, I set all these up from scratch, exactly from every piece of information that we had on, the old system. And I can kind of go through here, and we've got the cut marks, or prop marks. It's not even putting the identification on top of the plate. But if you go into some of our other presses, and we got like 32 presses here with all kinds of output settings with different bugs and positioning. If you look at it, there's a lot of information on here that we have to use.
Yes.
And we're not getting anything. And with the old system, it kind of tied together within plate controller.
Yes.
Was in two separate places. So.
Okay. Well, I think I understand what the problem is, and we'll just end the movie here and see what they can do to fix that. All right?
Okay. Hey, Michael, I have another bug we found. So
okay. I'll keep the movie rolling then.
Okay. The bug we found by accident yesterday, I had reported that we were having a lot of issues with it just crashing when I went to print. Well, what happened? I had set up a new layout. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And on that new layout, I had put a job on it. And then later I saved the layout. Then I decided, well, I'm just going to get rid of the job. And then I saved it again, thinking it was just a blank layout. And that's fine and dandy. But then I deleted the job out of here. And lo and behold, when I went to use that layout, even though I was using a whole different job on it, every time I would go to print, it's almost like it was keeping that information in a file somewhere. It would crash every time you tried to print it. So that leads me into another thing, that when we archive a job and I restore the archive, the old system would actually close it here. The old actually, I'm trying to find the archive, would actually keep the raster images with it. So now when I restore an archive, it won't print because all it's keeping is the layout and none of the content. It gives you the...
Yeah, so your archive is not working properly either.
It gives you the low-res previews here.
Yeah, but it's not...
actual files, so it crashes.
Yeah, okay. All right. That was, that doesn't sound good, but at least I understand what the problem is.
Okay.